Have you ever wondered what it would be like to have a hot stepsister, hot babysitter? If you answered with yes, you are still a horny teenager who masturbates to Riley Reid, but it's okay, we've all been there. Today I will show you a movie called The Babysitter. Sit back and enjoy. Warning, spoilers ahead. The movie starts off with a frightened Cole, the protagonist, who prepares for a vaccine. His full name is Cole Johnson and he is 12 years old. The doctor asks why he is so scared of a vaccine because a lot of kids came before him who weren't frightened. This motivates Cole to show him that he isn't frightened. The scene ends with the screams of Cole. While playing basketball, he gets hit in the head with the ball. He then gets also verbally bullied by the guy who threw the basketball. Cole hangs out with his female friend Melanie, who is waiting for her dad to pick her up. Her dad arrives and sets the tone for the rest of the movie, which is comedy. She asks him if they can give Cole a ride home. He asks Cole if his parents are expecting him to arrive with the bus, by which he responds with "I guess so." He tells Cole that he should take the bus and drives away. The movie cuts to Cole walking to his home, while he gets jumped by 3 kids driving bikes. The leader of the group, Jeremy, calls him colonoscopy and starts to make fun of him. He makes a rude joke towards Cole and his 2 friends start laughing in an unusual way. Cole replies with something which is covered by the laughter of the 2 kids. Jeremy raises his fists, and the 2 immediately stop laughing. He asks Cole to repeat himself and continues to brag about how he, a 14-year-old kid, has slept with a 16-year-old girl. He then proceeds to push Cole on the ground, but his babysitter, E, appears driving her car. She stands up for him by whispering in Jeremy's ear what she would do to him if he picked on Cole again. Jeremy looks really frightened and B proceeds to deflate his bike by piercing it with her car keys. Jeremy gets scared and rides away with his friends. She chats with Cole a little and asks him if his palm is scratched from the fall. He responds with "It doesn't hurt," but she takes measures and kisses his palm. She asks him if those kids pick on him frequently, by which he responds with no, and looks away. She says that he always lies when he looks away, and advises him that he should hit them between the legs next time. I'm sure this isn't foreshadowing for what's about to happen later. She picks up Cole and drives him home. Meanwhile, we find out more about their relationship, and that they are really close. They arrive at Cole's home, and Cole is caught staring at B's boobs while she turns around to give him his school bag. This shows that he is somewhat attracted to her regardless of their age gap. He sees his mom, who is putting some mice traps in a crawl space, and asks her if she thinks he's a pussy. She says yes, but that it will change once he gets older. He has a driving lesson later that day with his dad, where he does the unbelievable and manages to start the car. He gets scared and tells his dad that they should continue next week. They want to push the fact that Cole is a pussy into our throats. During that day at night, he sees his dad watching Mad Men, who tells Cole that it's too complicated for him and that they can watch it together once he's older. Cole is treated like a small child by his parents. He goes into his room and binge watches Mad Men until morning comes. If the message that his parents treat him like a small child wasn't crystal clear enough, in the morning Cole tries to use the chef knife to fix his car, but his dad interrupts him and tells him to not use that knife again. In the bus to the school, he chats with Melanie about his parents leaving. They then have a very realistic conversation about sex, and how his parents only want go away to have sex. His friend tells him that his babysitter is most likely having sex too while he is asleep. Cole decides to stay up during the night in order to find out whether B is having sex or not. I'm honestly more surprised of the fact that he doesn't seem tired at all, despite staying up all night, and they're really normal conversations. Later that day, during the school break, he sees and stares at his babysitter, who seems to flirt with another older guy. The following day, when his parents go out for an overnight stay at a hotel, B and Cole spend quality time together. They dance, play outside by the pool, oh dear God, eat junk food, and watch a movie, which are the things his mom told him are forbidden. This shows that they have a deep and relaxed friendship, which goes beyond the professional one. They chat about what would happen if his parents divorced like Melanie's. B encourages him, and tells him that if that would happen, he has to take care of himself. B tells him that it's time to go to bed, but Cole tells her that he isn't tired. B brings him a shot, to help him fall asleep, but he wants to have one with her. B accepts his request, and while she is away, he throws the shot. Cole is encouraged by a text from Melanie to go see what B does, after he goes to sleep. They get interrupted when B enters Cole's room, to see if he's sleepy. Cole then proceeds to thank B, for treating him like he is okay. He tells her that he wants to feel normal, but feels weird most of the time. She confesses to him that she likes weirdos. Later that night, he hears the bell ring, and a bunch of people coming in. Melanie convinces him to go and see whether they are going to have an orgy. To his surprise, he sees what looks like Bea and several of her high school friends, Max, John, Allison, Sonia, and Samuel. They are playing a game of truth or dare formatted as a game of spin the bottle. Bea is dared to kiss everyone, but enjoys playing with Allison the most. She crawls up to Samuel in a very erotic way, making us to pause and rewatch the scene multiple times. After some hesitation from him, they make out. Meanwhile, Cole watches intrigued. Out of nowhere, she pulls 2 daggers from behind her back and stabs him in the skull. Cole freaks out and it's made clear by the "what the fuck" text. The others collect Samuel's blood, revealing themselves to be members of a demonic cult. They have a comedic chat about human sacrifices, before bringing a briefcase with a parchment in it. Also, it's revealed that they need the blood of the innocent in order for the ritual to work. They refer to Cole's blood. After listening to that, he makes a Home Alone type of face, and hurries to his room where he calls 911, puts on his shoes, and finds a pocket knife. He pretends to be asleep as Bea and the cult members enter his room to draw a blood sample. Before Bea leaves the room, she notices the open window and feels like something is off. She exits the room, and Cole immediately tries to escape out the window, but Bea materializes out of thin air, and Cole passes out from the adrenaline. Cole wakes up and finds out that he has been tied up to a chair. The movie is basically a full-on comedy at this point. Bea and her cult question Cole, but he questions them too. Cole tells her that he would have given her his blood if she just asked. They make peace, and before they untie him, the cops arrive. So Cole called the police, pretended to be asleep, fainted, and chatted with the cult for a while, and the police arrives exactly at this moment. Okay. The 2 cops force their way through the door, and Max kills one with a poker, but the cop accidentally shoots Allison in her breast. Meanwhile, John does his daily comedy routine to distract the cop. Bea is out of the blue behind the cop, and slices his throat. How'd she do that? Doesn't matter, this is an Avengers movie, don't ask questions. Bea takes the station from one of the cops and asks Cole for the all-clear code, by which he gives them the false code. Bea stops Max before saying the code, because she notices Cole looking away, so he's lying. Bea forces Cole to give them the police code to call off the other cops. While Allison complains about being shot, Cole rushes up the stairs. John pursues him and says this isn't Home Alone, but is pushed over the banister, landing on a trophy that impales his neck. This scene describes the movie perfectly, horror version of Home Alone. Cole tries to escape through his bedroom window by tying his bed sheets together and using them as a rope. Max manages to break the door and grab the sheets, but before he can catch Cole, the sheets snap and Cole falls on his back. And he gets up after a few seconds. He grabs bug spray, a blanket, a drill, a lighter, a firework rocket, and hides in the crawlspace under his house. Although Sonia finds him, he traps her in the crawlspace, and then ignites the firework rocket and bug spray, to blow her up. After showing appreciation for Cole's ingenuity, Max chases Cole. Before he can catch him, Cole drops on the floor in order to make Max fall. He then kicks him in the genitals, or so he thought. It turns out that he missed, and now Max has him by the throat. But before he can choke him, they hear Jeremy throwing eggs on Cole's house. Max sends Cole to kick his ass, but fails. Max helps him get up and gives him some advice. Cole punches Max in the face, because he still wants to kill him, and then runs away up the old tree house. Max runs after him, still shirtless of course. He climbs in the treehouse, but is killed when he falls and is hanged by the rope swing. Bea then scares Cole off with a shotgun fire. Cole escapes to Melanie's house, but Bea follows him. While hiding in the bathroom, Cole apologizes to Melanie for dragging her into this situation and assures her that he is going to take care of things. He asks Melanie to call the police. She kisses Cole before he leaves. Cole goes outside and does the typical come and get me cliché. Also, this neighborhood is dead asleep. Cole returns to his house to find Allison, who tries to kill Cole with a kitchen knife. She is instead shot in the head with a shotgun by Bea. Bea explains to Cole that when she was young, she made a deal with the devil to get whatever she wanted by sacrificing innocent people and spilling their blood on the ancient book while reciting its verses. Although she wants him to join her cause, Cole refuses and burns the spell book. He rushes to Melanie's house to take her dad's car, and drives it straight towards his house while Bea fixes the book in the living room. After crashing into her, they have one last emotional farewell before Cole climbs out of the wreckage. As the police and emergency crew arrive, Cole tells his parents that he no longer needs a babysitter. Later, a firefighter going through Cole's house is attacked by Bea. Thank you for watching. Check out our channel for more interesting movies.